Welcome to How Women Work. We are very proud that this year's conference is going to be our 5th annual conference, our 5th anniversary, and we've been going strong for 5 years with the aim to empower women to grow and succeed. How Women Work provides a platform where women with ambitions and aspirations can come together to meet others like themselves, to know that they're not alone in Doha, to exchange and to thrive together. But also for organizations and individuals that are passionate about women's empowerment here in Qatar, for female entrepreneurs and executives, employees and job seekers to exchange and excel. And last but certainly not least, we really encourage the intermingling of many different cultures. We have such a rich environment here in Qatar that allows us to get to know so many people of so many cultures, and we really want to encourage them to learn from each other. How Women Work reaches all sectors. Here is just a breakdown of one of the conferences, but it's fairly representative of the distribution of sectors. So, and not surprisingly, oil and gas is the biggest sector with 29%. ICT is represented by about 19% of the participants, and then finance and banking is the third largest sector with 12%. So you can see we've got a very good distribution of different sectors that are all represented at the annual How Women Work conference. Every year since 2010, the conference has been growing. We have more and more participants, and we have higher and higher Qatari participation every year. We are very proud that we have about 1/3 Qatari participation at the conference. How Women Work reaches women at all levels. What's very special about How Women Work is that 99% of our attendees and speakers live and work in Doha. The event is very much centered around the Doha market. It's a very special market, and we've found that if you fly in people from abroad, you will often hear people saying, yeah, that's very interesting, very nice, but it won't work here in Doha. So in order to counteract that, our speakers live and work in Doha, and our attendees do too, so it's a very specific conference for a very specific market. Entrepreneurs and executives constitute about 30% of the delegates and speakers, while employees are close to 60%. So corporate employees make like the biggest group, and then that's followed by entrepreneurs and executives, and job seekers, other women who are currently between jobs or on a career break. What is also very special about How Women Work is that delegates actually stay and engage in our office. We are fortunate that our office are so engaging that the coffee break area is completely deserted while the sessions are on. Everyone is actually participating in their session, in their workshop. They're very, very enthusiastic about those interactive sessions that we have about seven of them running in parallel at any time, and they're very engaging, and people are really interested in the content. Content is written in very, very big letters. It's a big priority for us at How Women Work to provide great content for our delegates. And as you can see here from the figures, we actually got more than 70% staying until 5 p.m. at the 2013 conference, and more than 80% coming back on the second day, which is quite unusual for conferences in the region, where you usually see the phenomenon of people coming for the opening ceremony, and then after that it rapidly empties out and there's just a few delegates scattered around the room. Here you can see a few testimonials. We are very proud to get conferences like oh, the best money I've spent since I've been in Doha. You know, people really recognizing and acknowledging the efforts and appreciating the very special atmosphere and offer that How Women Work provides for them. We are a social enterprise, but we do have special non-profit projects where we give back to the community. We engage in volunteerism, volunteering for the board of GW Qatar, for example, the Global Entrepreneurship Week. How Women Work is one of the founding members of GW Qatar. We provide free workshops, motivational speeches, and we have our CSR book project, How Women Succeed, of which all the proceeds go towards providing free coaching for women in need. We had, for example, a cooperation with the Social Development Center to provide coaching for women out in Al Khor who are from the remoter areas. Our motto at How Women Work is that every woman has a voice, and we want those voices to be heard. So here is a sample of the schedule from the first day of our 2013 conference, where you can see that we have a lot of sessions running in parallel so that we can break the ladies up into small groups and give them a maximum level of interaction. Make sure that they can voice their concerns, their questions, their experiences, and exchange with the others. Most people come to conferences for networking, and at the same time, most people feel awkward just walking up to a stranger and saying, "Hi, my name is da-da-da." So what we do at the conference is we give them lots and lots and lots of opportunities to speak to the other delegates in ways that are much easier and much more comfortable than just walking up to a complete stranger. Even in the mastermind experience, for example, the ladies are all in one room, but they're working in groups of 8 or 10 around the round tables. And before we start those sessions, we mix them up to make sure they're not sitting only with people that they already know, but that they're actually getting to know new people there. So with a little bit of help, we've found that people are very happy to engage and get to know new people. It's one of the most common feedbacks that we get actually after the conference, how interesting it was to meet the ladies from the other cultures and how surprised they were to find that they're actually much more similar than they are different. That comes from all the cultures, whether it be Qatari or expatriate, Asian, African, American, it doesn't matter. We get that feedback from all around, that they are positively surprised by how similar we actually are, and that our dreams and fears and ambitions are so similar, and we can identify with each other very easily. It's a very enriching experience for our participants. How Women Work is not just an annual conference, it's actually an active community that all year round has many, many offers. What you can see here is just the page from the 2013 conference magazine that shows the activities that were coming up right after the conference. And as you can see, there's a rich variety of activities always coming up. So every month we have 2 or 3 offers for the ladies to stay engaged, to make sure that they keep on track, that they keep following their dream and fulfilling their dream. And whenever they feel they need support or want to link back into the network, they can come back to How Women Work and re-engage. As you can imagine, we get a lot of media attention. We've been around for 5 years, and as I just mentioned, we have a lot of activities. So we've had coverage on almost all media channels that are available in Qatar, be it Arabic or English. We've been on TV, on radio, in different newspapers and magazines, and of course on the web. So engaging with How Women Work really means that you also get a lot of media attention as the sponsors. There are a lot of great reasons to partner with How Women Work, and depending on which organization you're from, you might have some very specific reasons for your company or your industry. But let me just give you the top 4 reasons that apply to all who partner with How Women Work. Number 1 is that it meets the goals of the Qatar National Development Strategy. The goal is to have 42% women in the workplace and a 30% increase of women in leadership by 2016. Well, initiatives like How Women Work certainly do a lot to help companies reach these goals and to look good in the audits that ascertain that the quotas are met for the Qatar National Development Strategy. Number 2, to associate yourself with a well-established and trusted brand. Well, as I mentioned before, this is going to be our 5th annual conference. Not many organizations make it this long in the Qatar market. So we have really established ourselves now. 5 years of How Women Work mean that we have a good brand awareness, that people know what How Women Work stands for. And as I mentioned, we have community offers all year round. So there is always possibilities to re-engage, to deepen your partnerships, strengthen your ties with How Women Work and with the community that follows us. Which brings us to the next point. The community that follows us is thousands of professional women, many of whom are decision makers, and they're all living in Doha. It's a very clear-cut demographic, women aged mostly between 25 and 50, who are employed or running a business in Qatar. And this is the great majority of our participants. Of course, there are many women outside of this demographic that we also welcome, but the majority, if this is your target group, women between 25 and 50 who are working here in Doha, then the How Women Work conference is clearly a great platform for you to get some exposure and reach this target group. And finally, reason number 4, to raise your corporate image and CSR profile. Women's empowerment is really a priority in Qatar at the moment in terms of CSR projects, and there's a strong drive to support, to be seen to support women's empowerment. It really will help your corporate image to be seen as partnering with How Women Work and supporting the women's growth and empowerment here in Qatar. So here you can see an overview over the different sponsorship packages. You will see that the bronze, gold, and diamond sponsor are sponsorships that pertain to the conference itself, so the 2 days of the conference. Of course, you get some exposure in the run-up to the conference and then also in the post-conference reports. But this is a sponsorship that is limited to the conference itself. It's a great platform. As I said, we're expecting well over 300 women to attend this year, and you will get very good exposure by being a bronze, gold, or diamond sponsor. However, if you want to take it one step further, there is the strategic partnership, which means that you have a full year of being a partner to How Women Work, and it means that you are present at all our activities. Not only the conference, but also at the 2 to 3 monthly events that we have every month. So, Please feel free to contact us on the below channels. We are happy to give you more information, to come in for a meeting and tell you how you can become a How Women Work sponsor and what the benefits are. We are also happy to customize a package for anyone who's interested. Please let us know your interest and we'll be happy to provide. Thank you.